finishing as high as you can. You need to get a win here tonight for that to happen. We'll take a moment for the playings of the national anthems.
First, the national anthem of Germany. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Türkiye.
Handshakes and the exchanging of gifts by the players and the coaching staff. And shortly we will take a quick look of the third team on the floor tonight. Our referees, there they are. And Krutree there in the middle. Andres Awenkrua-Krush, Paulina Gajdosz, Darius Zalkowski will be calling today's game as we are 3 minutes away till tip-off.
We're the fourth team.
We're the fourth team. And that's going to be Germany's starting lineup coming up. And they are going to go with Wilke, Fibisch, Geiselzoder, Bonner, and Beswar. So
Change there. They usually start with
Peterson, right?
Yep.
So, and Wilke, she actually went out in the last game with a cut almost on her eyelid.
Yeah.
But how good of a tournament has Luisa Geiselzoder been having?
She's been doing so well, 15 points, 3.8 assists, and the rebounds. But she's just been more consistent, and I think her role here, as Coach Samaitis is here, looking over her board last moments. But for Luisa, I think, you know, in 2023, she was only averaging 7 points and 4 rebounds. Her role in this team has definitely developed and got bigger. With the Sabali sisters not being here, you know, she stepped up.
I think she's taken advantage of, you know, the injuries and some people not being around. And, well, there's Turkey's starting five: Uzun, Shakar Turgut, McCowan, Onar, and Signoret. So that's the same starting five that they've gone with all tournament long. Obviously, coming off the bench, Fittig has been big for them. Bayram, I think, has done an excellent job as well. And, you know, you need bench contribution, right? If you want to go far, if you want to win this game, as we hear head coach Ekrem Memnon there Tierra McCowan, not much more she can really do. She's got a double-double already.
Averaging a double-double. And what's fun is that Guy Zuda is her teammate. Their teammates at the Dallas Wings in the WNBA. So that's really cool. They had a nice hug in the middle there. So those are teammates, but she has just been dominant down low. Obviously, she's 6'8". She uses her presence. She's rebounding so well. She's averaging 8 offensive rebounds a game out of that double-double, so she's unstoppable.
So do you think it's an advantage being teammates and then coming and playing against each other because you know each other's, you know, moves?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
You know?
So who has the bigger advantage right now?
It's really difficult to say. I think obviously you can't teach height, and 6'8" is just tremendous when you can put your hands up and finish.
Well, head coach Ekrem Memnum, you know, he was a little disappointed as expected after that Italy loss in the quarterfinals, and you know, to me, unfortunately, and this is the way the ball rolls sometimes, I don't think it was their best game that we have seen in this tournament in that Italy loss, but you've got to come back out because of the game that happened earlier. They know if they get a win, they're through. They're through to the all-important World Cup qualification games.
Yeah, and that's really cool because obviously once the semi, you can't podium and get a medal, then okay, what's the next best thing we can get? How high can we get in this tournament? There's something else to play for. The World Cup qualifiers, we've been a part of it. To commentate, it is a fantastic event. It's the best of the best in the women's game. So I'm really intrigued to see how it went. You talked about the bench play. I don't think that's Germany's strongest part. They only averaged 10 points. Turkey averages just over 17 points. So we'll see that, and we'll have a look. Here we go. Best time of the day.
Welcome to Greece. We are here for the FIBA Women's EuroBasket qualification games. Turkey taking on Germany as Turkey win the jump ball. And the captain, Shakar Turgut, takes it all the way to the basket. No good as Beswar comes up with the rebound. Geisel Soder now, one of the player of the games to keep an eye out for. 3-point shot, and that one's on the mark. Nothing but net. Good start for Germany.
Yeah, lovely job. She's averaging those 17 points where she's able to stretch the floor, and maybe that's how she beats her teammate, you know?
Uzun using the screen as well. She helps up Fibish, who not able to stick with her on that one. So great guard play by Turkey in this tournament, more so than we've seen in previous years. Fibish now curling to the basket, and 5 points already for Germany on 2 possessions offensively.
Those two are a 1-2 punch between Fibish and Gazazuda. They just look for each other multiple times. I saw that, you know, in the group stage where they fell to Spain but beat Great Britain and Sweden.
Onar with the baseline penetration, turns it over. Beswar now heads it up to Fibish. Fibish skip pass to the youngin, who has really been taking advantage of maybe some players who are normally on this team. She has a mismatch, kicks it out. Vilke with a 3-point shot, and backfiring, but they come up with the rebound. And no pass needed, goes all the way to the bucket. How good have, and the progression throughout the tournament. You were there in Hamburg, and she looks
excellent.
She looks like she's ready to take over and be the face of German basketball. They go inside to McCowan. She kicks it out though. Nice ball reversal, unselfish play. Is a 3-pointer by Sinuric.
Sinuric in warm-ups was letting them fly and was knocking them down, so she hits that first.
She has her knee heavily taped, and we saw her have to leave the game in that Italy one, but she did come back.
She's got everything taped. Her hand, her thumb, her forearm is also taped up. But it's a long tournament, you know, bodies are being banged up.
And Geiselschroeder had to put it up as the shot clock was winding down. Well, she showed her length, she showed her driving ability, and 5 points already for her. They get it inside to McCowan. McCowan just turns around. Nice looking shot.
Yeah.
We don't see her shoot from outside the paint a lot, but when she does, it goes in, right?
Yeah, and I mean, she has that height advantage. Just keep the ball up high, let it fly.
Yeah, you're not going to block her, you mean?
Absolutely not.
Geisler shoulder.
Let open again.
And that one in and out as ball will go to Turkey.
Just a miscommunication there on Turkey's defense. You can't let, she's already knocked one down, Geisler from the 3, and yet again she has another look.
And that game the other day where, you know, I think she shot 3 of 4 from three-point range in the first quarter alone.
Yeah, that's going to be high on the scouting report.
Yeah. Shakar Turgut now trying to go inside. And, well, Onar, same idea. They want to get the ball inside. They do, but it's to Sinaric. Sinaric with a little step back fadeaway. And how about that move?
That's pretty. Step back, nothing Bruna could have done. She had her hand up in her face.
Well, you know, Sinaric, one of the veterans on this Turkey team, 30 years old. This is the best tournament she's played in a Turkey jersey, in my opinion. What do you think?
You can just see the confidence from her. She's demanding the ball. She's getting sweet spots.
But doesn't really play a lot with Fenerbahce, so you never really know how she's going to show up and represent her country. Shakar Turgut from 3.
But being on a team of a Fenerbahce where you've got High, you've got MMS, you know, you're playing against the best every day.
Practicing, right? Yeah, so you're still going to improve. Bibish, and not able to catch it, but tips it back out. And Vilke now. And almost a 4-point play opportunity. She's fouled on the 3-point shot, so she'll go to the line for 3 attempts.
We're seeing a lot of fouls on the 3-point line this tournament. Referees really watching that. Obviously can't hit any of the arm space, but it's the landing space, which is super important. You've got to let the offensive player go up and down, land safely. And so she'll go to the line for 3. So I'm interested to see if Alexis Peterson, she looks like she's got a black warm-up on.
But she was warming up, right? We saw her warming up.
Yes, she did. So it'll be interesting to see if she comes out.
Maybe we can get some information at halftime.
Well, if she comes in.
Yeah, true. I guess we'll know if she plays. We won't have to wait till halftime, is what you're saying?
Yeah. We're already in the first donut.
Well, not able to hurt all of them, but a nice tip, and Bonner just not able to knock that.
Those are the
open layup. Those are the ones that, if you want to win a game, well, we talked about it. You know, we know Germany are qualified. They'll participate in the qualification tournament of the World Cup, and late foul called is going to go against Geisler, so putting Tiara McCowan, good free throw shooter, to the line. But, you know, you talk about the classifications and trying to finish on a high note with wins, obviously, but also how high you finish here will also help in your ranking going towards the World Cup.
Yeah.
So,
and also, she misses that.
Oops, my bad.
Now that I'm a commentator from a player, don't you think that
it's true?
It's true. The commentator's the curse. I think it's true. But you're right, there's not many opportunities that you get to play with your national team, so I think these games are important. You know, the windows are only 10 days long, 2 games in the window.
Yeah. And, you know, all these teams are hopefully leading up and preparing for next summer's World Cup, right? As that shot from the sweet spot, the short corner, for Bruna.
Yeah, you know, she's been an all-star at under 20s and 18, and also that experience at the Olympic Games in Paris. She was part of that Germany.
Didn't play a lot, but
still
it's still experience, right? Shakar Turgut shots off. Oh, great hustle by Uzun to throw it off the legs of Vilke. So it's going to stay Turkey ball with a new shot clock.
Germany finished 7th in the Olympic Games, and 7 players returning to this team. So a big part of their core have been together.
Yep. Uzun, turns it over. Geisler. It's a 3-on-1 opportunity, and their unselfish basketball. Good defense leads to an easy 2-point bucket. Getting out and running is Germany. Well, you know what? We've talked about Geisler and her offensive production in this tournament and how it's from a year, you know, even last summer's Olympics, her offensive production. But in my opinion, she's also doing it on the defensive end. We saw, I think she had 3 blocks the other day in their quarterfinal loss. And Geisel Soder, her shot no good. Another offensive rebound though by Brunner. So
doing a good job crashing the glass, giving Germany extra opportunities.
Back to the person who comes up with the rebound, and that one no good though. So Türkiye now an opportunity to cut into this 5-point lead. They go right inside, keeps the ball high, but another block by Geisel Soder.
Oh, teammates, and we talked about, and there's a foul there. Knowing each other, maybe she knew she was going to turn to the right. She stayed high, didn't foul. It's a really good defense.
Guarantee you that's not already. Yeah, 2 blocks, 7 points, 2 assists. That's definitely not the first time that she has seen McCowan go to that move. Let's say that.
Yeah, exactly. Look, she had that arm up early.
Yeah.
She knew she wanted to go to the right. So when you are teammates, the scout's a little bit easier because you play against each other.
Well, both bigs coming out for their respective teams. Geisel Soder goes to the bench, as with McCowan. And
Romy Bear comes in.
Romy Bear heads in along with Elif Bayram. For
a big
Turkey.
part of this Germany team, over 100 caps. Here she is.
Romy from downtown. Well, she hadn't scored heading into that quarterfinal game. She had a couple 3-pointers for them in the second half, and I think that's why we're seeing her check into the game early here, and for good reason, as she knocks down her first 3-point attempt. Sinjuric, the answer, no good. And now Germany, a little bit of momentum on their side, as Vilke, little Euro step almost, and just shoots over the smaller Onar. And Coach Memnum wants to call a timeout.
Really lovely job from Germany. What I do like is from the misses from Türkiye, they're getting out in transition quickly. We've seen a 3-on-1 there, the finish there, putting the pressure on. They're up 10. It's a timeout. They want to stop the bleed in Turkey.
İşleri hiç zorlaştırmıyoruz onlar için. Şimdi burada akıcı setlerimizi oynayalım buraya gelin, tamam mı? Zona bakın, press break'e bakın. Tamam mı? Zone olabilir, zone savunması into one. Akıcı. Vandan'la başlıyoruz. Elif 5. Elif 5 ilk biten rol Elif'le, tamam mı? Vandan olmadı, devamı. Tutmayın, oynayalım kuvvetli ama bana bak. Müdafada biraz zorlamamız lazım, bir şey yapmıyoruz. Hadi.
Well, I don't understand Turkish, but I understand intent and an emotion.
And that's what's needed at a timeout like that.
Yeah, you know, I think it's more a little bit of a motivation. It was a motivational timeout probably to try and, you know, light a little fire
and I
for his
think,
players.
Yeah, that's the right thing. And I talked about Germany getting out in transition, the 2 turnovers that they've able to cause to Türkiye. They've got out on the floor, scored 4 points. Geisel Soder with 7 points, 2 rebounds and 2 blocks. Great first couple of minutes for her to go out on the bench and give the momentum to Germany.
Yeah, well on her way to her tournament averages is Geisel Soder. And Türkiye out of the timeout. What are they going to find? They get it to Onar. Onar now kicks it back to Uzun. Uzun, Shakar Turgut's going to have to create. She does, as little fadeaway and a shot goes in. And, well, we've seen her make those kind of shots all tournament long. One of the best tournaments I have seen Shakar Turgut, the captain of Türkiye, have as well. As Bar hands it off to Fibish.
Hasn't taken a shot yet, Fibish.
Goes inside. Romy Bear. Well, good look at the end of the shot clock. Not sure you could really get a better look if you are Germany on that possession. So trailing by 8. They were trailing by 10. Shakar Turgut. Uzun. And gets all the way to the basket, but no good. Byram almost comes up with a rebound, and now we have numbers for Germany. They find Vilke. She's made 1 from there. Can she make it 2? No. As Sinjuric, yeah, tough box out. Türkiye now. Shakar Turgut is able to draw the foul and will go to the free throw line.
Speed. Well, we spoke about, Peterson subbing in. Well, Crowder has subbed in, so that makes me think that she's not going to play, because usually Crowder comes in for Peterson in the group stage. Crowder came in, played some tough minutes. A good push for Turkey. I think they need to get into the speed. That's the efficient. That's what they're good at, and combat Germany's length and strength.
Yep.
Speed.
Yeah. Well, shooting 75% from the tournament, misses the first of two. Wow, misses two of them, and not able to come up with a rebound, and Byram just hanging around at the right time. So after two missed free throws, can they convert this offensive rebound? They get it to Byram. Sure shot is good. FIBA now, you said not even really looking to shoot. And she did have a, I would say, very productive game against Belgium. They were close in the first half, and then Belgium just were on another level in the second as Benner gets it and puts up a tough shot, but she is fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line.
Puts her hand up right away and says, yep, fouled. And there's only 1.8 left,
yeah.
So this young lady at the line, 6'1", 21 years old, and has just done it all. She had a game versus Sweden, 18 points. She had a game versus Sweden, 18 points, 9 rebounds, has a nice touch, great footwork, not afraid, and I think that's the difference. And we're seeing this change, Shona, of the vets. Each team has about 2 to 3 old school vets, but you're seeing these young stars here and really coming into their own.
Yep. Well, not able to convert the second. She made the first, though. And Turkey coming up with the rebound. Fittig into the game. Can she bring the kind of energy she has all tournament long off the bench? You talked about tournament scoring, 17 a game for Turkey, and a lot of it has to do with number 9, who just checked in. Number 6, excuse me. Fittig from Turkey. Well, Geisel Soder went out for a little bit, checking back into the game for Germany. As Erdogan also checking in, and Onar going out. For Beswar, they find her underneath. She has a height advantage and just a quick decision. She knew she had a height advantage.
Yeah, and that nice cross screen from Crowder to get her open. Good execution from Germany on the offensive end.
Byram, catch, penetrate. She's already knocked down one shot like that. Signoret can't come up with it, but tips it out. And Byram cutting to the basket. They go inside. Signoret's going to go to that fadeaway, isn't she? Oh, no. And, well, I think we're going to have a shooting foul or yeah, so it's going to be a shooting foul. Foul going against Romy Bear.
That's a tough call. Felt like she had a hand there.
I thought it might have been on the box out. Well, we've got our answer, Zania. Alexis Peterson. We didn't have to wait to halftime. Checking into the game for Germany.
This is big. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good. Not only is she getting averaging, those 5-6 points, but it's the assists for me, averaging a lot of assists. In the Sweden game, she had 6. In the Spain game, she had 7.
Right.
So her ability to not only get downhill and into the paint, but she drops some beautiful dimes. She's really impressive to watch. So glad to see her in the game. Only 70.9 seconds that they've subbed her in. So hopefully into the second quarter as well.
Yeah. Well, one possession left for Germany. They get it into Crowder, and no surprise looking back to Peterson, where you imagine maybe an on-ball for her to create. And here it comes. Geisel Soder slips it, 3-point shot is front rim. Crowder, though, comes up with a rebound, and they have time. Can they get it off? She does, but that shot is no good. So it was a good look. Nice last possession, not able to convert the three-point shot, but they are still up on Türkiye as Germany leading 15-23 after 10 minutes of play.
Bak iyi screen yapıp çabuk devrilmezseniz hiçbir şey çıkmaz.
Well, there's the
Bak sert sağlam
stats.
screen
Germany
yapacaksınız.
70% from the two-point strike is a lovely percentage. And just sticking with it, really came out early, got out in transition as we get to see the first quarter best plays. It was a bit of everything, but Geyser Zuda really established herself, shooting the three and a couple nice touches, has 7 points in that first. And nice work from Germany.
Yeah, I think it's a great quarter for Germany. And, you know, we saw in that quarterfinal game against Belgium, they were hot shooting from three-point range, especially in the first quarter, a little bit in the second. But they couldn't figure out how to score from two-point range. And I questioned, you know, I don't think this kind of shooting is going to continue for 40 minutes. How else are you going to score? And they really, really struggled when their three-point shots got taken away because they weren't able to score from two-point range. Here, we're seeing a good mix of shooting from two, but also taking open threes, right?
Yeah, I think that's important. They do shoot a lot of threes. Obviously, FIBA is at 33% from the three.
Well, there it is, the Courtside 1891 app. Go ahead and scan that QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app, where you can find live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. Do you know why it's 1891?
No.
Basketball was invented by a Canadian, James Naismith.
I didn't know.
He invented it in the US.
I didn't know that, but I didn't know it was.
With peach baskets, cut the bottom out, and there you go. Second half action, an 8-point lead for Germany over Türkiye as they start with the ball. Well, same idea, they're going to that kind of a cross screen, right? Peterson comes off, finds Bear. She gets it back though, there's a mismatch. Peterson now. And I think it's a foul away from the ball going on Erdogan, right?
Yeah. Just kind of what I do like that Türkiye is doing. Anytime a screen happens, they're bumping the person coming off. They're really being aggressive. That time a little bit too much. Romy Bear is comes up with that.
Crowder goes right at Uzun. She gets by her, and a nice left-hand finish by Jennifer Crowder as she has her first 2 points of this game and puts the lead back up to double digits for Germany.
Crowder just being a pest, isn't she? Just sticking.
Erdogan, penetration, extra pass to Uzun. Ooh, almost a turnover. It is a turnover, but a shot clock violation.
Great defense from Germany.
So number one into the game for Türkiye, Elif İstanbuloglu.
Yeah, these are her first minutes.
How about that little crafty move? Crowder taking on the experienced Uzun.
And squeezes it. Squeezes that through.
Well, we haven't seen McCowan for quite a few minutes, right? She went to the bench when Geyser Zoder. Fibish now, she's been quiet. When is she gonna take over? Geyser Zoder takes on the shorter Uzun, and not much you can do in that situation other than foul and prevent an and one, I guess you could say. So
look at this, she knows where she wants to get it, and I think that is the progression and the difference in her game, where she's able to exploit mismatches, see that she's stronger, she's taller, gets to a spot where it's successful and efficient.
She is going to the free throw line, and Captain Shakar Turgut checks into the game for Uzun, who actually only has 1 foul, but she only has 2 points to her name as well. Is not able to convert, but fight for the rebound. Don't come up with it. Good save there.
Azuzuda is 50%, so that's sticking to her stat.
Sticking to her stat.
Yeah.
She actually shot the ball very well this past EuroLeague Women's season from free throw line. So maybe a little bit of a mental block. Shakar Turgut, baseline penetration, nice reverse hand layup, and she is going to go to the free throw line. She's not able to finish, and Romy Bear is going to pick up her 2nd foul. So we see her checking out of the game now, and the youngin Frieder Bunner checking in as Sinjuric likes what she sees.
And I think that's a good sub, especially with the speed of Türkiye subbing out Romy Bear. Roman free throws.
Well, free throw shooting in this game has not been
Yep, Türkiye usually shoots 73%, and Germany is the only stat that they beat Türkiye at 80% in the tournament,
well,
so she misses both.
we saw Türkiye, I don't want to say they lost that game to France on game day 1 because of free throw shooting. Obviously, there's a lot of things, but they went 33 times and they missed 14 times from the free throw line. And they only lost by 2. So if you can imagine, had they made their free throws,
I think free throws win games, though.
Win or could lose games, right?
Lose games, yes. Or lose games. That's also an option.
Here we have a foul away from the ball. And so that's going to be 3rd team foul for Türkiye compared to just 1 for Germany. No one really in foul trouble, though. And shot clock will be reset to 14. FIBA not looking to score. I think she could take Fittig. She kicks it out. Oh, who's there, though, for the offensive rebound? And that pass tipped out of bounds, so 4.8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Trying to find the mismatch for guys Azuda, but this pass is a little bit too slow. Well, careful what you wish for, there she is. Sucked into the game.
Türkiye needs some inside scoring, and hopefully it could be her. Fibish's shot well off the mark. How many times have we seen her come off a screen like that and hit nothing but net? That time it was all backboard. Top of the backboard, I should say. Right away, they try to go into McGowan, and it was, I think it was knocked out of bounds, and it is going to be, let's see here. I'm not sure either of them actually hit the ball. So it was off of, I mean, the pass by Shakar Turgut, yeah. Right? Peterson gets all the way to the heart of the key, and good defense, nice hands by Shakar Turgut. Fittig now pushing the tempo, and little floater in the key as that 2-point shot is good.
That's a big time shot. Just went coast to coast, hung in the air. Oh, nice soft touch.
Bunner, her 3-point shots, and nice response by Germany as Türkiye made a little bit of a run last few possessions. Fittig, Fibish on the floor, not able to find the open player as Fittig, the last one to score a bucket for Türkiye, and that one rolls out. This is second or third layup foul call where Türkiye maybe could have, oh, I think it was good defense. She just lowered her arm at the end. Well, this was her last little shake and bake, gets all the way to the basket and scores. So now she's going to have to earn 2 points from the charity stripe.
Bruna's 3-point hit, and that's where she's able to do her damage.
So second foul by Geiselsoder. Will she come out of the game?
I think so.
You think so, yeah?
Yeah, you don't want her picking up a third. It's too early.
Right.
And Romy Bear is at the table to sub in, I would suggest.
And goes 2 of 2.
Yep. So that's the right decision. She's on 2 fouls, 6 minutes and 46 seconds before halftime.
Yep. Well, still a 10-point lead for Germany. It was 6:46 remaining in the second quarter here, as Beswar now bringing the ball up for them. They go inside for Fibish, and Fittick with a heads-up play, but a foul is going to be called. Thought they were going to call a jump ball.
Let's have a look here. Swipes down, hits her in the face.
Kind of lands on her shoulder a little bit, and then the swipe as well. So foul is on the ground. Beswar looking for Fibish. They go into her. The double team comes. Extra pass to Peterson in the baseline.
It's a whistle. 3 seconds.
Wow. It was a 3-second call?
That's what the referee just
All right.
Fibish in the paint. You don't really see much of that. Usually
I
it's
was
the
watching the
post
ball,
player.
so
Me too.
I was
but I saw
watching the
his
ball.
signal, and she's talking about it to him now. But usually the post player gets in trouble for
Right.
building a house in the paint.
Right, not the guards.
Not the guards.
Ball back to Turkey. Can they cut it into single digits on this possession? Shakar Turgut baseline penetration, and
Yeah, she did.
well,
touch
the
it.
referees, the referees are going to talk, and it looked like the ball was deflected, went off the fingertip.
Yeah, good refereeing, came together, had a quick chat about it. You can see just came off her fingers. Cool.
Okay, now. And Shakar Turgut a little bit too aggressive, and not the kind of foul you want to give up, because every foul from here on out is going to be free throw shooting. And maybe Fibish did a good job of wrapping her arm around her. So, well, it's going to be the second foul on the captain, Olcay Shakar Turgut.
And that's a long time, Shona.
Yeah.
We've got just under 6 minutes that Germany will go to the free throw line every foul. So, and here's Fibish she hasn't really looked to score today. I feel like she's more of a facilitator in passing, which is very unlike her. But sometimes just seeing the ball go through the net at the free throw line gets you going.
Absolutely, as she makes 2 of 2, and that lead has jumped back up now to 12. McCowan, not many touches here tonight, as Fittick drives, finds Shakar Turgut, no good. Who's there for the offensive rebound is Byron, but she is blocked, and an offensive foul going against Beswar. So ball right back to Turkey.
See this from an angle.
Oh, she kind of pushed. Yeah, I think she pushed the. Well, if you kind of look at the foul count, you say, you know what, why not? And we have a timeout now called on the floor by Germany. So let's try and listen in to head coach Lisa Tomaitis' timeout.
Anytime we can get a post touch, they're completely collapsing, and then we've got kick out threes. So can we just go point, put it in, get to the split. Girls, see if we can get it inside and then kick back out, okay? Just with Leo getting in there and Frida getting in and then kick out. Romy, you're just gonna face guard her. Like, just stay on the high side and go face to face, and then we'll be calling for a 3 in the key, and everyone else has to support. Okay, support on the backside. Okay, let's go. Black. Deep.
Well, what's great is we could understand that. And she's from your neck of the woods, Canadian, and she said a boat. Did you hear that?
Out the boat.
Yep. But great call. She talks about how you're going to stop McCowan is Romy Bear try and be on the front side.
Giving up quite a bit of height.
Yeah,
so
and help defense is important.
Yep. Well, let's see if her teammates will help her out, because she's just going to be face guarding like we heard in the timeout, as Onar, gets all the way to the basket, kicks it out. Fittig, three-point shot, no good. So FIBA coming up with the rebound. And a little hesitation. She gets all the way to the basket, and you said sometimes you just need to see the ball go in, and that time I thought it was a good take, but just rolled out. And a foul, so that's going to be Romy Bear's third foul. And I don't think they'll put someone like a Geiselzoder back in the game because of her foul situation as well. Maybe you could put Beswar in to defend her. Beswar's tall, she's a guard, but
that's emergencies, I think.
Onar now. Gives it up to Fittig. Fittig goes inside, and if people don't come and collapse and help Romy Bear, what can you do?
There's nothing you can do because she works so early. Obviously, a great physical body. She's down low. All she has to do is catch and turn.
Well, they go inside to FIBA. FIBA taking her time, and good shot. Foul is going to be called. So she will earn herself another trip to the free throw line for 2 shots. And that one's going against Sinurik, her first personal. Let's see here. It was that whole landing thing you talked about, right? We normally see it, I think, a little bit more around the three-point range or shots further outside of the key, but you know, you mentioned it earlier in the game how referees are focusing on that.
Well, it's more of a safety issue. You know, we've seen lots of injuries on that, so you can't take away. You've got to be discipline in using your arm as your defender, kind of using it as a deterrent, then taking up their space to land. But FIBA knocks that down.
Well, 21-33, FIBA perfect from the free throw line.
6 points from her.
Fittig goes inside to Sinurik. Sinurik finds McCowan, but it's tipped, so we have a 3-on-2 by Germany. Wilke kicks it to Beswar. Beswar, easy 2-point bucket. And Coach Ekrem Memnum wants to talk about things maybe before this kind of gets away from them. They're trailing 21-35, and he's using his second timeout of the first half.
Well, in that first quarter where we saw them, Germany do so well, it was the miss of Turkey's shot, and then they're out in transition quickly.
Herkes bir şey söylüyor çocuklar ya. Herkes lan ne yapıyoruz şimdi? Oyunumuzu oynamaya çalışıyoruz. Beni başkasıyla karıştırmayın, doğru davranın ha, delirtmeyin. Bitireceğim, şuraya gideceğim, adamı yoldan çıkarmayın. Ne diyorum ya, pası içeri bakalım diyorum. Başka oynamayın. Van Dam, başka bir şey oynamayın, topu elinizde tutmayın, tamam mı? Yürü.
Well, I know what Aide means. Let's go, guys, and let's see if they can go on a little bit of a run. 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to, you know, cut into that deficit heading into halftime.
And I think that is, if you can get, you know, a good couple, 4 or 5 points for Bruna, doing it all, stretching the floor. She's having to guard. McCowan also soft touch around the rim. Really, I was saying in Germany, because I was in Hamburg, there she is, her points is, I'm sick of calling the young stars. They're just stars. They've turned up.
They are stars now.
Yeah, they've been consistent, and now they're here.
They're stars.
Yeah.
Well, definitely put herself on the map with this performance at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. Uzun out of the timeout was open, but that shot back iron, and Bunner now kicks it to Bessoir. Bessoir's three-point shot is good.
Yeah, lovely. Bessoir has had some wonderful threes in this tournament. Honestly, when she sets her feet, she's great. She's shooting 42% from beyond the arc.
Onar, defended by Crowder. They're trying to look for McCowan, but they find Uzun, her shot off the mark. And another defensive rebound for Germany as Bessoir, she's already made one. Bunner, shot fake and is fouled on the floor, but I mean, Turkey at the 6-minute mark, right? A little bit over 6 minutes had already were in the foul trouble, so it's gonna be another opportunity from the free throw line for Germany. 21-38, 3 minutes and 19 seconds until half.
This is that free throw. It's been 80% from the free throw line. Well on her way to her average of 15 points, and so I'm saying just dominant of how she gets to her offense. She does a bit of everything. Also defending, look, she's having to defend.
McCowan?
Yeah, but not afraid. It's just taking the challenge on, trying her best.
It was like the other night going up against Belgium and Emma Miesemann.
Yeah.
She was the one, you know, that was her defensive assignment, and I made a joke, you know, like considering the age of Frieda Bunner from Germany, I'm like, is she gonna ask for her autograph after the game? Because, you know, to have the opportunity to defend, in my opinion, you know, the best women's basketball player in the world right now, especially international basketball. And, you know, I'm sure she watched this player growing up, and, you know, it was someone she wanted to mimic her game after. And that's exactly what we're seeing from the star, not young star.
Yeah, but it's all experiences, you know, that you have to defend in this game. It's been a turnover here.
Ball back to Turkey after that missed free throw by Byram. And Onar now has been quiet this game. They're looking for McCowan. She does have the big mismatch. Byram's penetration is Fittig open from the corner. And I think that's what Turkey needed to see.
The ball going.
Yes.
But also the driving kick as the foul happens, and they'll send them back to the free throw line. But that drive gets the defense sucked in, and then the kick out. But with that foul from Onar, look, here it is, all the defense coming, and then Crowder late to the three-point shot, knocks it down.
Yep.
But Germany doing a good job in the fact of Turkey's in over the limit, so are they. They're not fouling, but they're sending Germany back to the free throw line.
Yep.
What are they deceiving?
Peterson.
10 from 14 already.
So a good free throw good free throw shooting first half for Germany as Peterson goes 2 of 2 from charity stripe and just fouls away from the basket right now are putting Germany on the free throw line. Onar, penetration, gets all the way to the basket. That one's no good. McCowan tries to tip it to herself, but Peterson comes up with the rebound. And now Germany, Bunner gets it. Vilke underneath, nice reverse layup. Oh, no good though. And Byram comes up with the rebound. Uzun, 2 points here today. We've seen some big performances by her. That overtime shot as Fittig's three-point shot looked good. Vilke, she drives baseline, nowhere really to go, but she finds Bessoir. Bessoir! She hit one from the other side of the court and now make it a 25-34 point gain, 10 points for Emily Bessoir. And there's the response though. And again, I think Turkey needs to see some shots go in. They don't get back on defense though, and Vilke wide open, miscommunication from this Turkish basketball team.
knows they can't afford to trade buckets. You know, they finally get a score, and then you get a wide open layup for Germany.
Yeah.
Way too easy.
Uzun going inside McCowan, and it's going to be an offensive rebound. Going against Tiara McCowan, who is walking directly to the bench, so I guess she knew she was going to come out. That's only her first foul, is the good news. Well, that's a tough call. And here, no one seeing Vilke behind the defense as she finishes an easy 2-point bucket. Vilke, you know, we do know, we'll talk about it a little bit more at halftime, Azania. Woo! Oh, no good, doesn't get the, who is rebounding?
Yeah.
You gotta go rebound.
It's who wants it more right now.
And right now?
Yeah, it's Germany, and I thought this would be Germany's attitude to this game. They've already qualified, you know, but no, Coach Tomaitis said, no, we want to finish as high as we can.
And we know with a win for Türkiye, as Onars hit one from there and not able to convert that. We know if Türkiye win this game, they have booked their ticket for next year's World Cup qualification tournament. And right now, they're not playing like they want it. It's a 20-point game. Peterson, little shake and bake, and gets all the way to the basket. Türkiye now, they're gonna have another shot attempt, I think, as Uzun drives baseline. No one to pass to, and they turn it over. So ball back to Germany with 0.4 seconds left on the game clock. And Coach Tomaitis does have another timeout if she wants to use it, but 0.4, oh, it's 0.7 actually. Yeah, well, they're just gonna get the ball in and let the clock run out as they are up big at halftime over Türkiye, 28-50 for Germany.
Well, it's been all Germany that half. 27 second quarter points to Turkey's 13. They dominated. There's the percentage, 63% from the two. Out rebounding also 21-16. That's huge. Also a pretty little number on there is 15 assists. Sharing is caring. Turning over Turkey. They're going to have to talk about it at the halftime because 28 points is not going to do it. But what isn't is 50. Letting Germany score 50 points in a half. Here are your key players. McCann with only 5 and Kaiserzuda with 8 and 3 from 6. So really tough half for Turkey. They're going to have to figure it out, talk about it, because Germany is on a mission. 50 points, Shona, too many.
Well, you said it. Those are the key players, and McCowan's going to have to step up as we get to see some of the highlights from the second quarter. And how about free throw shooting? We've seen free throw shooting affect Türkiye earlier in this tournament. 5 of 12, 42%. They're gonna have to do better. Germany, on the other hand, 11 of 15. And what I love is that Germany are not only relying on their three-point shooting, they have got out, they have ran, they have scored inside the paint. And when you look at a player like McCowan, how is Türkiye not scoring more points in the paint? For right now, you know, it's Germany leading that statistical category, correct?
Yeah, you're right. And, you know, all the starters for Germany also doing really well. Guys, obviously, those 8 points. Bessoir with 10. Really doing great things. And I talked about that assist. Those assists of 15, really, they're out in transition. They're pushing the ball. The defense can't recover. We've already seen a wide open layup. So Germany playing their style and has come here to say, hey, we want to, even though we've qualified, we still want to qualify again.
Yeah, they want to finish this tournament as high as they can, and they are showing it here today. Every statistical category, minus the bench scoring, which you talked about before the game. Türkiye has that. That's the only one that they're really winning. You know, points off of turnovers, it's 13 compared to just 5. Fast break points, we've seen Germany get out there, 11-2 for Türkiye. Second chance points, more or less even, not a lot of offensive rebounds, but points in the paint, 22-10. You have Tiara McCowan. How does that happen? Well, we will be back after halftime, folks.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they'd do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Oh, goes through the hands of Bouchon. And good hustle back by Astier. Gets it down low. Here is the move from Shumparaita. Oleszynska passes down to the low block. Good footwork, and she's fouled as well. Good move from Chechova. Onars to the corner to Uzun, who's yet to get it going. Backs up. Nice bounce pass to Onar, and she's fouled on the play by Pasa. Chance for a three-point play. And driving right in, but missing the shot, Chechova. And now Spain can go back in front. Ayuso into the paint. How'd she score that? That was some quality right there. Look at her. Vamos, she says. Nice pass. See how Booner can have some success against Messamon. No, she cannot. Messamon, the master, coming up with the block. Julie Van Loo, and gets it. Are you kidding me? Oh, great block by Keys.
How about this defense?
We've seen them get a couple of blocks of layups today. She is. Evie trying to stick with her.
Ow.
Oh, gosh. I mean, Phoebe couldn't have done anything else. We're knotted. It's winning time in overtime. It's Andalusini. She turns and gets it to go finally. And that's why you continue to trust in Chechi, because she will figure out a way to get an opportunity. Okay, Alfred Onan has it. She dribbles. She puts the pressure on. She gets it back to Uzun. She puts it up from the elbow. Got it! We've got overtime! Unbelievable finish! Incredible! She has been utterly sensational in the closing stages. Uzun has forced overtime Turkey in Italy in the quarterfinal. And a game this great probably deserves it, to be honest. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world.
Well, it is halftime here in Piraeus, Greece, and Germany up big on Turkey, 50-28, and some of it has to do with Emily Bessoir, 10 points, 2 of 2 from 2-point range, and 3 of 4 from 3-point range. What a first half for her.
Yeah, and a bit of everything. Post up, stretches the floor really well, and you can pick out any of these German players. I think they're really getting into their bag of offense, looking for each other. Spoke about the 50 assists a game. Really, for me, it's the points and turnovers. 13 points for Germany, off of Turkey's 9 turnovers, and then also 11 fast break points for Germany to Turkey's 2. So they've really beat Turkey at their own game. You know, I love Turkey's speed, how they've come out, but they look sluggish. I think the whole thing of it's a tough tournament. It's 3 games in the group stage, and then a final game, and now this. I think they look a bit slow and stuck in sand.
I had the same feeling you have in that game a little bit, the quarterfinal game against Italy. I thought they looked tired, as we see Bessoir's shots made and misses, so really just doing it a little bit from everywhere on the court. And you know, I mean, every player right now who has played for Germany has scored. You don't often see that with this German team, and you know, maybe that's the progression that they've made. Well, Turkey's top scorers, and coming off the bench, Roxanne Fittik, who has had a wonderful tournament. She really has brought this great spark off the bench for this Turkey team. Can she do it on her own, though? I mean, yeah, she looks good. We get to see some of her highlights. She has 7 points at half. More people need to step up right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I really have to agree with you. She's not getting any help, and she's coming off the bench, you know. Is any starters for Turkey in double digits? No, nobody's in double digits for the team of the only scoring 28 points. That's a shot jar. I think they would have been, what's the word that came to me was told off at halftime. I think they would have, told off.
I think it might have been a little bit more aggressive than that, but yeah.
But I think they would have been, really telling to, hey, this isn't our style, this isn't how we've been playing in the group stage or even the quarterfinals. Okay, yeah, we're tired, but come on. At this point, you've got a chance to stamp your ticket into the World Cup qualifiers, and here we are, not doing well at all, not playing our best basketball. And remember, they've got another game tomorrow, and that makes it even harder because we've already seen Lithuania lose to Czechia, so it's then all to play for again, but you could finish it right now.
You could finish it right now. Well, it's going to be interesting on Sunday if the game continues like we saw in the first half.
Yeah.
And Turkey have definitely dug themselves a hole. And you saw the statistics there of Germany with their points at 2 points and at 3 points compared to their last game against Belgium, where they really relied heavily on the 3-point range. I think they've done a great job of attacking, trying to score inside the paint. When that's taken away, knocking down your open 3-point shots. As you see the game leaders, really Fittik doing it all as well. Olcay Çakar Turgut, the captain, is going to need to step up. And Tiara McCowan, I mean, she hasn't got touches either, really, though. She's not forcing anything. 7 points, and I feel like she hasn't even shot the ball.
Yeah, she just played shy under 13 minutes. And, but we do have to commend the German defense. We've heard the timeout with Coach Schmeiser saying, hey, let's get in front of her, let's front guard her, and then send help, and they've done a really good job. And then even if she has caught the ball, there's multiple bodies around her, or they fouled her, and so I think you do establish her down low. But Germany's defense have done really well.
I mean, yeah, and their offense has done even better than that.
Yep.
50 points already at half. That probably has to be a tournament high for them. If I, go back and look at their other games
Always,
as Coach
even with
Ekrem
Tilbe, always zero, Tilbe
talking
pass.
to his players.
From your inside kick and penetration kick. Hands down. Hadi. First offense, first down.
Some last minute advice before the second half kicks off by Coach Ekrem, who is in that large boot and suffered an injury. First training camp, the team got together, tore his Achilles tendon.
My coach in college taught her, so she's in the boot. She would have a chair with wheels, and this wheel up,
Scoot around the court yelling at you?
Yeah, where he's being solid.
Yeah.
How did he tear that? He's probably
It was, yeah, no, not really running. He was working with some players and he was penetrating and passing for them to shoot. And he's like, I forgot, I was never a penetrator when I played. I shouldn't become one now. So, but I mean, the good news is he's here. And, I think today is a very tough game for Turkey, but they played really, really well. I was here in Greece with them, and I got to see them play some of the best basketball I've seen Turkey play, and it just has not really been their games against Italy. And then also today, they look less confident than they did in the group phase. Let's say that.
Well, I think it's really important this first couple of moments here in this third quarter. If they can hit 1 or 2 buckets, get some momentum, some energy back, because this gym isn't full. You have to motivate yourself, and that's what's going to help them get into this game.
Well, don't forget the EuroBasket app as well, where you can follow the games and check out news and highlights, statistics. We are, players are ready, but the clock is not ready yet for second half to happen. So the referee's waiting for the clock to wind down, and we will get underway here. Second half action here at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket in Piraeus, Greece. It is a qualification game. Germany up big on Turkey, 50-28. They go inside to McCowan, and that's exactly what they needed to do, right?
Well, we asked for it. They must have heard us up here, showing her that she needs touches, but also have to start out well. So that's a good first offense.
And Geisa Zoder with those 2 fouls, so she's not going to take a lot of risks early in the quarter. Fibish has been quiet as she goes inside. Geisa Zoder open, spins, baseline, misses, gets her own rebound. Beswar, can she make it 3? No. Uzun now, Turkey with a chance to run. Shakar Turgut open. Oh, good a shot. Onar now. Onar drives baseline, help side late, and a great start. And this is the kind of energy that Turkey needs. You mentioned it. They win today, they've booked a ticket. Lithuania right now, tears in their eyes after their game earlier today, but they might have smiles knowing that their dreams are still alive. And Uzun almost comes up with the steal, but it's out of bounds, and it's Germany ball with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. As Peterson there, again, she didn't start this game. She normally starts, but she didn't start this game. She did check in and play. And Vilke, who hurt her eye and didn't play much. And Geisel Schroeder's shot. Excuse me. Uzun. Onar now. Gets it back to the 3-point shooting. Big! And a 7-0 start for Turkey in this third quarter.
Canada didn't pull a timeout.
Germany.
Excuse me. Where am I? I'm talking about you then, Coach Tobias. Sorry. Coach Tobias doesn't call a timeout. He's from Canada. Lets her team play. Can they answer back?
And Bunner, no good. So another opportunity. Oh, they turn it over though, and gets it back. How about that left-hand finish? And Germany desperately needed that bucket.
Way to stick with it. That's probably why you don't call the timeout. Let your team figure it out.
Again, trying to look at McCowan inside. She comes out.
Throwing it to her. Like she's not 6'8". She's working so hard down low.
Oh, goodness me. That is her second made three-pointer in this tournament, and she's only shot 2. You wonder why she doesn't shoot more from there.
100%. Nice stat.
FIBA to Wilke. Wilke with the drive, kicks it out. The answer. And we have a technical, a bench technical, I think. So it is going to be one free throw and ball back to Germany. I don't know if it was on Coach Ekrem or the bench.
Well, they were asking, they said it was a travel, so I think they're just kind of shouting and telling.
The referee was right there and said, you know what, no,
That's
not
enough.
acceptable.
Yep.
Not the first bench technical we have seen in this tournament, as Leo FIBA going to the line. And she misses back rim, so a rare miss by her. Very good free throw shooter. 93%, I believe it is, heading into this game. And, well, after the technical, ball is going to stay Germany's ball on the baseline. Beswar gets it out to Geisel-Zoder. Banner. Beswar, her three-point shot is good.
She's so good. You know, she knocked multiple of those threes down in Hamburg, Germany, where really the sixth round was the crowds. It's about crowds.
Onar, her pull-up jump shot is good. Do you think Beswar is probably the best three-point shooter on this German team?
Yeah, I do agree with that. Well, other than FIBA, but she hasn't even looked.
Oh, look at her
where
shoot,
usually in the game, if a screen happens, she's coming off and she's letting it go. She's not even looking at the rim.
Right.
Turnover.
And that's a turnover, though. And Onar pushing the tempo for Turkey. She has a trailing Uzun. Uzun gets it up. Oh, but a turnover, and Sinuric, the shooter, was open on the corner, on the side, I should say. Onar, though, doing all she can as Wilke turns it over. And now this is going to be an easy two-point bucket for Onar. And now we have a timeout by Coach Tomaitis. So nice little run. They have cut it down. It's 42-55. Germany, they're going to want to talk about things.
And I think they need
They
to.
need to?
Yeah, because I think Turkey, have come out and just been so aggressive, and we asked that of them. I don't know if they heard us, but and that's been the style of them.
For the offensive rebounds.
I thought this time up was going to come sooner.
Hey, let's walk back in, guys. Walk back in. If we get the switch, like if we said, we need to fill. Like we're here, we need to fill. Yep, we gotta fill in behind, absolutely. But we also have to be aggressive. Okay, we gotta get downhill, get on balance, kick out for open looks, but also draw fouls.
12-5 run in. 14-3, 14-5. Said at halftime, Shona, they've got to come with energy, throw the first punch, and they sure have. And Ona was 6 points, 100% from the field, but this is what we cried for. And I said at halftime they're probably going to have a lovely speech from their coach.
Well, I don't know what Coach Ekrem said to them, but they have come out with a completely different attitude. A 14-5 run, and Germany having to take a timeout. It's only a 13-point lead now, as Onar almost comes up with another steal. Beswar, she has it, kicks it back to Wilke. FIBA, time to take over. Can she? And no, a turnover. So out of the timeout. Nice hard trapping defense there by Turkey. And they're looking for McCowan. So that's Geisel the and Geisel-Zoder, tough one going against her because she sort of just let McCowan. Oh, was it that hand? Her right arm? The referee saw pull McCowan down. Well, that's a tough one because that's going to be her third, and there we see the turnovers by quarter for Germany. So not a great start for them in this quarter. Sinuric gets it, Captain gets it back. Shakar Turgut now is open, and that shot front rim. So maybe Germany got a little bit Have a break there on that possession. Look how much more aggressive this defense is than in the first half.
You're right. Just there on the catch, up under Germany.
Beswar back to Bunner. Bunner, no one on her. Miscommunication there defensively. So, well.
And that's what Germany needs, is the multiple actions, because Turkey have been letting themselves down on defense.
Peterson slow to get up.
Yeah, got hit by Mikel.
And Uzun now lets her three-point shot fly, and it's good from the corner. And what a different attitude this Turkey team has.
They're playing with energy. That's what it is. That's the difference.
12-point game. Fibish gives it to Geiselsoder. Peterson now, she's open from three. She penetrates. And Geiselsoder, tough shot. Fibish tips it out, so they'll have a new shot clock. And that's another turnover and a foul. It's going to be the fourth foul on Luisa Geiselsoder, as you see her walking straight to the bench. And Romy Bear is checking in, but she also has 3 fouls. That's it. That one's her last 2 fouls. I think, you know, foul calls go either way, but they were tough ones going against her.
Yeah. And so that's a big shift there. 4 fouls with 4 minutes 18 in the third. We're not going to see her the rest of this third quarter. And Turkey just keep raining on.
And Germany having to call their second timeout in the third quarter, as Coach Tomaitis does not like what she sees. What a run by Turkey, 48-57. And they are right back in this game. It's like they were reminded of how important this game was.
Yes.
Let's listen in.
More off-ball screens, less on-ball unless it's late in the clock, or we can sprint into them because we don't have enough space to play, and they're switching, okay? And then we're just standing on the weak side. So can we go either some elbow, some chin flex, some point, anything with some off-ball action, and then we got to keep playing because we're
3-pointer. She's been shooting very well. Here it is. Lines up, lets it fly, knocks it down.
I mean, the thing is, it's the 4 for 4 from 3-point range to start this quarter by Turkey. And there you see it, 12 points, 3 of 3 from 3-point range, and 5 rebounds for Sinjuric, who I mentioned earlier, this is one of the best tournaments I have seen her play for Turkey. And that's the run, 16-7 in the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, 20 points. Turkey has scored in this third quarter. We've cried for this energy, and they've come out, but there's the foul on Ona, but it's the defense intensity. That wasn't there in the first half.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think Germany just thought they were going to pack up and finish, but they said, no, we're going to have one more go at it, and as they should. Like I said, the importance of this game, you can have your ticket qualified already. Look how far Germany is pushing their offense.
Bear is going to have to shoot. She does! And, well, does she call back? Banks are open.
After 3, so it is still open.
They are still open. Uzun gets all the way to the basket, and ooh, I think McCowan's going to be called for a rebounding foul. Yeah, push on the back there. So good take by Uzun. Should have made the layup to begin with, in my opinion. Look at this, she's open. How many times have we seen her make a layup like that? It's an easy basket for her. And McCowan called with the foul, pushing the back. Yeah, only her second foul and second team foul in this quarter. Naomi Bear. Backdoor cut to Peterson. Peterson finds Bunner, and well, gosh, she's good. That young player.
Yeah, I would love to know where she's heading, because
I thought she's going back to Estudiantes.
is she? It makes sense if it is, 'cause
I think she obviously had a good season, learned a lot there. McCowan,
that's what
you can't stop that unless you send a double team.
they didn't.
She has 12 points, 4-5 shooting. Beswar goes inside against Shakar Turgut, almost a turnover. Fibish, can she make one? Oh, the soft roll! And that is her first three-point bucket of the game at a much needed time, as now what was only a 9-point lead for Germany has ballooned back up to a 15-point lead.
That's Fibish's first
Three.
in
Yeah,
this game.
crazy.
She's got multiple in.
Uzun, reverse layup, no good, but don't worry. Oh, I was gonna say McCowan's there. And a nice tip though by the German players as Bear gets it to Beswar. Beswar's shot off the mark and a fight for the rebound. Signorik saves it to Uzun, and not an opportunity to run. So I think Shakar Turgut is gonna wait for her teammates to get there. They do. Signorik wanting the ball inside, and McCowan passes to Shakar Turgut, but that foul is going to go against Leonie Fibish. Just her first personal foul, as here is the hustle and the desire, which we did not see for the first 20 minutes.
No, we didn't.
So let's say,
Two halves of
yeah,
basketball.
two different halves of basketball for this Turkish team. Uzun goes in, oh, and an and one. Nice passing, Uzun to Byram. Byram finding the rolling McCowan. McCowan catches that low, is either gonna score
Automatic, yeah.
or draw a foul, and that time it was both.
But much better job to find her, you know, and to have her moving like that towards the bucket is, you get nothing but success. So she'll go to the free throw line for 9 points. Her efficiency today, and she misses the front rim, but
they come up with a rebound.
Yep. We
Kick
used to have
it
to
out.
run for that. Missed the free throw rebounds. Oof.
Onar to Byram. Byram gives it back to her. Shot clock though, it's at 2 seconds. Onar gets all the way to the basket, and that is no good. And Fibish coming up with a rebound. Barr gives it back to Fibish, who has the mismatch. She's already made one this quarter. Oh, and another soft roll. Talk about the basketball gods here in Greece for Fibish's 2 3-point shots that, and there draws an offensive screening foul. So big sequences here for both teams, as I think Fibish
Just runs into it and gets wiped out by Byram's screen. But much better from Fibish. She's looking to shoot.
aggressive.
You see what
she
I mean?
didn't even look
No,
right in the
no.
first, so.
I mean, maybe also her team didn't really need her, but now that Turkiye's on this run in this third, it's time for her to show up.
Vilke comes off the handoff, goes all the way to the basket, and her bucket is good. So a nice little run here the last minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Just to withstand
Yeah.
that push.
But Germany having to use 2 timeouts. Obviously, Coach Tomaitis not happy with the way her team started, as Fittick shot off the mark. And now, well, they have little numbers. Beswar trying to find a guard as they get it to Peterson. And I imagine they're going to hold for the last possession as game clock, shot clock. Fibish, make it 3, and she does! 3 for 3 in this third quarter for Leonie Fibish. Turkiye, Uzun. Oh, her shot is blocked by Beswar. And what a game of runs. It was all Turkiye. The first 4 minutes, 5 minutes, Coach Lisa Tomaitis from Germany had to use 2 timeouts to talk about things and switch things up, and her team responded as they have retaken a comfortable lead, 52-73. Turkey up on, Turkey trailing Germany.
Well, like you said, Germany end up just losing that quarter by 1, 23-24. The three-point shooting finally warming up for FIBA. They're 10 from 20, Germany, 50% shooting a good clip beyond the arc. Here's the third quarter best plays. Well, like you said, Shona, it was all Turkey in the first couple of minutes. We said, whoa, here they come. This is the energy that we wanted. But Germany said, okay, calm down. We're coming back.
What was it? I mean, you know, it was a 14-5 run.
I think it was, yeah.
For Turkey to start, and a quick start, not, you know, 5 minutes, couple of minutes into the third quarter. And then just Germany, good job, not sort of folding and
good use of the timeouts
heads.
as well, like you said.
Yeah, well, I mean, she had to, right?
Yeah.
As Signorig was doing it all. They had a hot hand to start that third quarter, especially from the three-point range. Coming up with turnovers, getting out and running, and then just, well, that woman right there, FIBA, she went 3 for 3.
Well, we've been asking.
What? Shoot!
Shoot. You're a shooter, you know, shooting 33%.
Well, scan your QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app, where you can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. And that's the run. So it was like a 14-5 run, and then Germany 14-4 run to end the third quarter.
Well, final fourth quarter here. Can Turkey give one more hit at it? You know, that was a great couple of minutes.
They got it down to single digits in the span of about 3 minutes, so anything is possible. We have fourth quarter action underway. They go inside to Bunner. Bunner, nice footwork, but can't convert, and Fittek comes up with the rebound. And a foul going against Peterson, I believe it was. Just trying to stop Byram. Yeah, had the mismatch. And Peterson says, you know what, I don't want to give up anything easy. I'm just going to take one for the team. Don't forget, Turkey, if they can come up with a huge comeback win, they will have booked themselves a ticket. And that, I think it's going to stay Turkey ball. 8 seconds left. Yeah, it is. They will have. They would have, if they can come up with a comeback win. They have booked their ticket to next year's FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualification tournaments. And oh, Bilgic, no good, and a missed opportunity, but a turnover, and that is going to go out of bounds. And well, it's coming to you, Azania.
No, I didn't have. I wanted to get that. It's my time to shine. I haven't played in a while. But instead, if they can't make it a nice run here, which is going to be very difficult, but we have seen them go on a run in the third, they're going to have to play Lithuania on Sunday.
And that's going to be a
tough,
huge game.
Yeah, because who gets the last ticket? It's Peterson. Leaves the defender behind.
And Beswar has shown her range that time, goes inside. And what a game Emily Beswar is having. 15 points for Germany. And offensive foul, so ball back to Germany. As well, a little bit of frustration. Fittek, there you see McCowan, she's on the bench. She has 14 points. She is the top scorer for this team. Fibish, after a great third quarter, heading to the bench, and Crowder in for her.
I like Crowder, you know, only 5'5", and I think people always talk about you have to be tall to be a basketball player. I don't think so, you know.
Proves them wrong?
Yeah, just tough.
Bunner. And Fittek needs to be careful.
Yeah. call it. Let's have a look here.
I can see why the referee called a foul, but I think she also got a technical. So it's going to be 2 free throws plus a technical free throw plus the ball. So this could almost be a 6-point possession.
Swing, yeah. Well, yeah, add-on. Excuse me, not a swing. Just kind of pouring on more points.
She's going to shoot the
technical and then
technical first.
And now here are her shots.
Well, we've seen quite a few technicals in this tournament with players' reaction and words. You know, the referees are like, you know what? No, this is not a part of the game. We don't want to hear it. Accept the call and move on, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so excuse me. I thought they were going to have the ball because of that that technical foul, but it was just 3 free throws. So a technical plus the foul, the shooting foul. 78-52, Germany up big on Turkey. And this time Fittig says, you know what, if you do it against me, I'm going to do it against you. And, well, it worked. Just going to the free throw line.
Well, here it is. It drives, multiple hands, and just that little bit of that push off there.
So Fittig, again, another nice game off the bench for her and this Turkey team. She has 9 points, their best scorer coming off the bench. Bunner now, spins baseline. That shot no good. They gotta go. Uzun finds Fittig. Fittig, look at the basket. Byram has the, but Peterson comes from behind and comes up with the steal.
We're trying to find Byram on the mismatch of Peterson. She does a good job getting in front.
Bessoir. That time, no good. She's scary. Every time she shoots, you think it's going in, don't you?
Yeah. It's her footwork also.
Open,
she has good footwork. It has a nice balanced base and a good follow through.
Uzun to Bilgic. Bilgic 3-point shot, no good. And Byram not able to come up with the rebound. So Crowder has it. Attacks Sinuric. Bunner, spin move. And, well,
she likes that left hand.
The move was good, the finish not so much.
Yeah, she always goes to that left hand, likes the spin. I've got her scout down now. I've watched her. Yeah, well, I've had her in the group phase, so really enjoyed her style of play. 5 seconds on the clock, though. Doesn't matter.
And good job, Uzun, heads up play. Gets all the way to the basket. We still got 7 minutes. We still have a lot of basketball to play. They're going to have to put together multiple possessions defensively where they get stops, though.
Yeah, but I think Germany just really...
Wilke! That one rolls in and out, so...
The time is Germany's friend, though. So really use the full 24-second shot clock. Don't shoot till, 6 or 5 seconds is on the clock, where Turkey, on the other hand, need to go quickly.
Fittig, her shot is good. And you need full court defense, too, if you are this Turkish team. Put a little bit of pressure. Like you said, well, Germany used the shot clock. Crowder. Bunner thought about it, rethinks about it. Wilke gets it, though. And she's going to drive, and drive she does. And she puts it up and is going to go to the free throw line as Byram coming late.
And look, 0.6 of a second, 0.6 of a second was on.
Yeah, defense for...
Yeah, but that's what I was saying about Germany. They want to use the full shot clock and then go. So disappointing for Turkey, because it's like you've done the job, don't foul,
Yeah.
But Germany want to use the clock. It's their friend. Go the whole offense, and then now they're at the free throw line.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they took a lot of time. Yeah. You can't take more time off the clock, right? when you have a 24-second shot clock. Yeah. as she makes the first. So a nice game by Vilke getting a start. She already has 11 points. That's well above her tournament average. And make that 12. So 4 people scoring in double figures for Germany already. As she comes off for a little bit of a break. Gets high fives by her teammates.
And Gazazuda back in. She's got 4 fouls. We spoke about she wouldn't come back in the game to about now.
Fittig inside to Byron, who has the mismatch, and that's an and one. So, well, best way for Türkiye to do it is score and stop the clock and try and score more, right?
I just want to see where this foul came from. Is it the swipe down?
Yeah,
the
I
swipe
think it was a swipe down by Peterson. And that's her second team foul. And third team foul in the quarter. Well, double-double alert, folks. There you have it. Signorik, 12 points to go along with 10 rebounds. And what a tournament she has had.
Yeah, she's done so well. She's been averaging 11 points and 7 rebounds, but it's just been tough. I think she's shot a better clip from the three-point line, 51% from the three-point line.
And tonight, she'll probably even go up in her three-point percentage. Geisel Soder coming off the bench, first possession. And how about that little fadeaway? How do you defend that?
You can't.
You can't. It's 2 points.
Shona, it's 4 o'clock. I know it's really hard. It's a long day of basketball. It's not tonight. It's today. It's right now.
Today.
No.
My bad.
We're in early evening.
It's in the afternoon still.
Well, we had our first game at 11:45, and then we've got our 2 semi-finals coming up, which is exciting stuff. Spain versus France and Italy versus the defending champs, Belgium.
Well, Germany, they get it to Fibish, who gets it back. She's open. Skip past Peterson's, got to create. Gets her shot off, and that one well off the mark. So, again, was that a terrible possession? Because they still used a lot of the clock, right?
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to not shoot it till the very last second. Signorik looks exhausted, I'm not going to lie. She just took that deep breath. Her body's banged up. She's put everything on the line for her country. You know, she's played, like you said, her best basketball.
Oh.
Outstanding. But also she doesn't really play that much.
In a major tournament. She's obviously produced for them in their, EuroBasket qualification games. But if you look at, her previous EuroBasket statistics, she is a completely different player. I love to see it. And Geisel showed her. Well, her night is starting early as she is done for the day with 5 fouls. Maybe just a little bit too aggressive picking up her 5th foul. So she still had a good game for them, 10 points in limited minutes. Let's see here. For me, I think it's good defense. Why do you have to lower your 2 hands at the end? I don't think Shakar Turgut would have scored over her. As Geisel Soder, you saw it there. 17 minutes of play, and she's already had 5 fouls.
Yeah, but also they have called it consistently that swipe down.
Yeah.
It's such an obvious move. Even, I don't know if I love it or not, I don't know, because the swipe down usually means it's a foul, but you've seen different angles where you don't get the ball, but referees don't care about that. The swipe down is a big enough movement for them to go, yep, boop,
right,
we'll call the foul, but that's disappointing from her. I think she'll feel frustrated with fouling out and hasn't been able to really get into her bag. Here's Fibish taking her time.
Oh, Türkiye. Again, Germany using the clock. Fibish. Oh, deep 3-point shot. Make that 4 of 4, I believe, in the second half for Fibish.
Wonderful.
Shakar Turgut is fouled by Bessoir, so she's going to go to the free throw line. And again, they used the entire possession, and then just a deep 3 by Fibish. You can't really defend it much better than that. And Türkiye, I think the way they started the third quarter.
Look at that point, less than a second on the clock, nothing but net, splashes it in. And you're right, they're running the shot clock down as they should, really taking their time. Second half points though, 12 for Fibish. We said, where are you? You know, but now I'm right here. I'm gonna get to it, guys. Calm down.
Well, Türkiye, they had a very big opportunity, I think, to get a win today and book their ticket in one of those World Cup qualification games. And they just did not start the way that they needed to. So that game on Sunday is going to be very good. They obviously have to be happy with their performance here. I mean, they finished 14th at the last women's EuroBasket. Bear not able to hold on to it, and Bilgic now pushing tempo for Türkiye. Türkiye missed out in the last World Cup that you and I were at in Sydney. Beswar. And, well, off the bench, getting playing time late in this game is Beldrape.
Yeah.
And she is also participating in the scoring. That shot, no good. And now 3 minutes left. 23 points. It's becoming difficult.
Yeah, it's really hard. And especially the way Germany are playing a turnover there. I was going to say they're using the full shot clock, just a miscommunication. So some subs are going to come in. Fibish will go out.
And Beswar heading to the bench, as well as the bench players getting some playing time here for Germany with 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Sinjuric says, I'm not giving up yet though. Byram with a big offensive rebound, and she is fouled and gonna go to the free throw line.
There it is, the turnaround. Good decision from her, gets the rebound. Atash at the table to sub in for the shooter. Byram, let's see if she can knock these free throws down.
She gets the first.
Couple of Lithuanian players over there watching a live live game. Is how you
I'm sure the coaches
scout.
are scouting as well, and you know, it was tears at the end of their game against Czechia. Czechia beating Lithuania, and I think maybe they thought their chances at a spot in the World Cup were over, but they are not over with Türkiye trailing big against Germany, 67-88. We got 2 minutes and 39 seconds remaining, and now Romy Bear heading out as well.
Yeah, good minutes from the super vet, 38 years old, still
a mother.
Yeah. Has come back and still playing really well. Over 100 caps for her national team.
Yeah, one of the probably most capped players. She was around when they were still building and not that great, to be honest. So Bilgic, three-point shot in the corner. That one, no good. And tipped. They come up with the defensive rebound, excuse me. So now Crowder running the point for Germany. Beldrape gets it up.
Eschmeyer with the ball here.
Eschmeyer, no good, gets her own rebound though, and that shot, and I think it's gonna stay, oh no, sorry, it's gonna go Türkiye ball.
Germany going a bit too fast on that offense, where they've been running down the clock all the way. And I see Coach Tomatis over there saying, hey, let's run it all the way through.
Still wanting to use as much clock as possible. As well, starters for Türkiye are also out, minus Sinjuric. And Sinjuric, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
And she's just adding to her total. 15 points, 4 of 6 from three-point range. You said going into this game, she was shooting a high clip, so
shoots a better three.
Going to go up.
Yeah, shoots a better 3 than a 2, but obviously she's a pick and popper.
nice penetration, not able to get the shot to go by the lefty, but she's going to earn herself a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, well, this, like you said, I think this is a massive game. Obviously, Germany, that 50 points in that first half really set the tone, put Türkiye in the, just constantly trying to scrap and come forward. So Lithuania obviously lost. So that 7th and 8th place game is on Sunday morning. It's 11:45. So
people are going to be tuning in for that game because it's for that last
last spot.
Yeah, because we know that Czechia and Germany Germany have already automatically qualified because they're hosting, but they will play. They're taking up one of the 8 spots from Europe. Good job, Crowder, getting all the way to the basket. So there's 8 spots, right, from Europe for the World Cup qualification tournament. Sorry. And Germany and Czechia, along with Hungary, who aren't participating in this year's EuroBasket, they didn't qualify, I should say, have 3 spots. So there was 5 spots left up for grabs. Yeah. So the the semifinalists, as Bilgić's shot from 3 is good. Semifinalists take up 4. Germany, Czechia,
5 and 6.
5 and 6.
And here's
Hungary already had it, so there's that 1 spot left, and it is going to come down to Lithuania and Türkiye Sunday morning at 11:45. And I believe you and I are going to be calling that game.
Oh, wonderful. That's the best part.
We're calling a very important game. It's going to be exciting. Well, I think Türkiye might let the clock run out, or might not. Erdogan gives it up. Bilgić penetrates middle, gets to the free throw line. That shot, no good. And that is going to be the end, folks. What a performance by Germany as they win 73-93 over Türkiye. And
really, it was the first half, wasn't it?
I was just about to ask you, Azania, though, you saw Germany, you covered them in the group phase. Would you not admit that this is probably one of their best offensive performances in the tournament this year?
Yeah, they had moments. I thought they played really well. The Sweden and Great Britain game, they got wins there. But they came out focused here. I think, like I said at the start of the game, Coach Samaïs talked about, hey, we were disappointed versus Belgium, but Belgium is, defending champs. That's where you're trying to get to. Right. But they didn't want that to hinder them. They wanted to come out motivated. They wanted to finish as high as possible. Right. So, and also remember their ultimate goal is the World Cup. So you want to keep building. They've still got pieces missing. They've got the Sabali sisters that haven't joined the team, but they've got nice parts.
The injury of Marie Guiche in training, one of their staple centers. And
I think they've got some lovely pieces that they're still building and coming together. So it is important, and we spoke that you don't get big moments to play with your national team, only the windows. This has been over 2024 in November was the qualifier it started to get into this tournament. Here's the stats, and 56% from the 2 and 48. They kind of evened it out from the 3-point line. And then the Germans dominate the rebounding, 36-29. Assists also, pretty little number, 27 assists. They shared the ball. And Bruna, who I've spoken about, the young star, is not young anymore. She's grown, and she's here with 19 points.
She is a star, and she has taken advantage of maybe some missing parts to this Germany team as well. Her teammates are cheering for her because she is the TCL player of the game. And what progression she has made in her game in this past year. She played at Estudiantes in Spain. They were, Euro Cup. You saw her stats, you saw her confidence, you saw her skill level improve throughout the professional season, and she is showing off right now that it's not just a fluke, 1 game, 2 games. I mean, this has been 5 games in a row. She has stepped up and led her team. She's fun to watch. She is going to have a very, very bright future.
Yeah, 19 points, 7 assists as well. So, and there's 5 rebounds. So doing a bit of everything, getting to the free throw line, 5 from 7, shooting great from the 3-point line, 2 from 3. But multiple players in double digits for Germany. I thought they were dominant. I was afraid that, 50 points in the first half. FIBA finally got on fire as she went for 18 because she had a quiet first half. But 50 points is just way too many. Turkey was really struggling. They went on that lovely run in the start of the third. We were asking for energy. They got that, but Germany just withstood that run.
Yeah, you talk about that run. I mean, they cut it into single digits when they were trailing by about 22, and you really thought momentum, but Germany did a good job of riding the wave, and were able to go on a little bit of a run in their second part of the third quarter.
And every time Turkey went on that run, they came out with fast break points.
Well, there it is. Earlier today, Czechia beating Lithuania 76-81. Turkey falling to Germany 73-93. We have 2 semifinals coming up. France taking on Spain, and Italy, Belgium later tonight. And it is going to be a very, very big game coming up next Sunday as well. Germany coaches are happy. We're happy. And Lithuania versus Turkey next Sunday for that last qualification spot. Thanks for tuning in.
Leonie Fiebig, Glückwunsch zu einem Sieg gegen die Türkei, der am Ende deutlich geworden ist. Von Anfang an eigentlich ein sehr, sehr gutes Spiel. Von außen betrachtet, haben Sie es auch so erlebt?
Ja, ich glaube, wir waren sehr solide bis auf das dritte Viertel. Das ist so ein bisschen unser Problem. Gerade die ersten Minuten sind die wieder zurückgekommen, aber Gott sei Dank hatten wir so einen großen Vorsprung, dass uns das jetzt nicht so tangiert hat.
Jetzt haben Sie es schon angesprochen und ich muss es nicht ansprechen. Das dritte Viertel, das zieht sich so ein bisschen durch das gesamte Turnier schon. Haben Sie dafür eine Erklärung, ein Gefühl, warum das so problematisch ist?
Ja, also das ist für mich einfach Fokus. Ich glaube, wenn man in die Halbzeit geht, dann atmet man gerne ja mal durch. Aber dieser Refocus, der fehlt uns noch ein bisschen. Wir sind ein sehr junges Team mit nicht so viel Erfahrung auf diesem Niveau. Deswegen wird das bestimmt noch.
Auf der anderen Seite haben Sie dieses Mal sehr gut darauf reagiert, wie ich fand, auf dieses kurze Schleifenlassen im dritten Viertel. Auch Sie persönlich, als Luisa mit 4 Fouls raus musste, haben Sie, glaube ich, direkt mal 3 Dreier eingestreut. Wie wichtig war das auch in dieser Phase, dass Sie so ein bisschen vorangehen und übernehmen?
Ja, wie gesagt, wir haben ein sehr junges Team und manchmal bricht so ein bisschen Panik bei uns aus, wenn wir keinen Weg finden zu scoren, wenn wir keine Struktur finden und nicht die offenen Leute finden. Und dann nehmen wir einfach Würfe, die super schnell sind und unkontrolliert, und dann geht es immer ab in die Fast Break Defense, und dann kommt man in so einen Teufelskreis. Deswegen das zu durchbrechen ist auf jeden Fall wichtig.
Defensiv war heute natürlich ganz wichtig, Tierra McCowan irgendwie im Griff zu halten. Sie hat nicht viele Würfe genommen, deswegen auch, obwohl sie effizient war, gar nicht so viel gescored. Wie ist das defensiv gelungen, sie in Schach zu halten?
Ja, wir haben halt versucht, sehr physisch mit ihr zu sein. Hat man gesehen, Louis mit 4 Fouls, Romy mit 4 Fouls. Also wir wollten da echt sie ein bisschen nerven. Ich glaube, dass sie trotzdem gute Looks gekriegt hat. Aber letztendlich waren wir an ihr dran. Sie ist sehr, sehr groß, sehr stark. Es ist sehr schwierig, sie zu stoppen.
War es auch so ein bisschen im Hinterkopf, dass sie sich auch sehr gut nerven lässt und so ein bisschen aus der Ruhe bringen lässt ab und zu?
Ja, das ist natürlich der Gameplan. Sie wirkt sehr frustriert, wenn sie die Foul Calls nicht kriegt oder die Würfe nicht reinmacht, die Pässe nicht kriegt. Das war natürlich ein Ziel, ja.
Letztes Ziel, Spiel um Platz 5. Am Sonntag, es geht gegen Tschechien. Ist Platz 5 das große Ziel und wie lässt sich das erreichen?
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Ich glaube, dass der erste Schritt zum Platz 5 war natürlich heute aus diesem schwierigen Spiel gegen Belgien rauszukommen, sich rauszuspielen. Alle Leute waren auf dem Scoreboard drauf, wir hatten Spaß zusammen, wir haben Lösungen gefunden und das müssen wir jetzt mitnehmen in das nächste Spiel.
Vielen Dank. Willkommen zurück. Was macht das Auge? Noch ein bisschen besser. Echt? Ja. Es fühlt sich auch so an, als ob ich nichts mehr hätte. Ja? Ja. Also schon. Gut an. Wir können direkt loslegen. Alex Wilke, bevor wir über das Spiel reden, herzlichen Glückwunsch zum Sieg. Die erste Frage, was macht das Auge? Es sieht noch ein bisschen verklebt, geklebt aus. Erzählen Sie mal.
Ja, genau. Das Auge ist noch ein bisschen verklebt vom Kleber einfach. Aber ich darf es auch noch nicht waschen. Aber dem Auge geht's super, ist nicht mehr so sehr geschwollen und ich kann perfekt sehen, also von daher alles gut.
Das war, glaube ich, auch die Grundvoraussetzung, um als Starterin in dieses Spiel reinzugehen. Bisschen veränderte Rolle. Normalerweise kommen Sie ja von der Bank für Alexis Peterson. Wie war das vom Gefühl her? War es ein anderes Gefühl? Muss man sich da so ein bisschen umstellen?
Ja, ich glaube einfach, weil ich auch eine andere Position jetzt gespielt habe. Ich habe ja vermehrt auf der 2 eigentlich gespielt und heute dann auf der 1 gestartet. Aber ich glaube, wir haben viele Ballhändler, also auch Leo kann den Ball nach vorne bringen. Und mein Ziel war es einfach, das Spiel ein bisschen schneller zu machen. Das haben wir uns auch als Team vorgenommen und ich glaube, das hat dann vor allem am Anfang ganz gut funktioniert. Ja, es war von vornherein viel Fluss im Spiel. Viele Räume auch, die Sie bekommen haben von der türkischen Defensive, aber auch gut genutzt haben. War das ein ganz anderes Gefühl als gegen eine sehr erstickende belgische Defensive zuletzt? Ja, auf jeden Fall. Also wie gesagt, vom belgischen Spiel habe ich ja nicht so viel mitbekommen. Aber klar, wir hatten ganz viele Räume, vor allem in Transition haben wir einfach super viel draus machen können. Es war immer irgendwer frei und das haben wir einfach super gut ausgenutzt. Am Anfang haben sie auch Zone gespielt gegen uns, da haben wir auch gut gegen gescored. Also es hat echt super funktioniert. Jetzt galt es ja, dieses Belgien-Spiel irgendwie abzuhaken, neu zu fokussieren, auch neue Lust an diesem Turnier nochmal zu finden. Inwiefern war jetzt dieser Sieg hilfreich dafür, um mit einer guten Stimmung auch das Ganze zu Ende zu bringen? Also ich glaube, wir hatten schon gestern eigentlich eine ganz gute Stimmung. Also wir haben viel mit dem Team gestern auch gemacht, sind nochmal irgendwie Eis essen gegangen, raus aus dem Hotel, einfach ein bisschen was zusammen machen. Und das ist, glaube ich, auch das Besondere an diesem Team, dass wir eben auch nach so Niederlagen einfach zusammenhalten und wissen, es geht weiter. Und klar, dass wir heute mit 20 Punkten gewinnen, hilft natürlich noch mehr, gibt noch mehr Motivation, dann wirklich bestmöglich noch abschließen zu können, das Turnier. Jetzt wartet morgen noch ein spielfreier Tag, dann das Spiel um den 5. Platz. Gibt es für morgen auch schon Pläne? Eis essen nochmal oder mal an Strand, wenn es bei dieser Hitze denn möglich ist? Noch gibt es keine Pläne. Ich glaube, das entscheiden wir dann jetzt, weil wir ja nicht wussten, wie es ausgeht. Wir wissen auch noch nicht, wann wir trainieren morgen. Ist ja auch immer die Trainingszeit vorgegeben, je nachdem, wann wir spielen am nächsten Tag. Und ich denke aber schon, dass wir irgendwas machen werden. Zum Beispiel haben wir auch eine Players Lounge im Hotel und wir spielen ganz gerne Rundlauf da zusammen an der Tischtennisplatte. Mal sehen, ob da heute Abend noch was stattfindet oder dann morgen. Dann auf jeden Fall ganz viel Spaß dabei. Danke, Alex. All done. All done? Yeah. Thank you so much.